Dupe.
I like how you were like, we're fun, funky, fresh, and functioning. Kind of.
It's barely functioning at this
The
point.
stipulation. So important. Welcome back to Oddities, friends. I am Cassie.
I'm Kelly.
And welcome back to Strange Town. Pew, pew, pew,
Bow,
pew,
bow,
pew, pew,
bow.
pew. Insert fun music wherever.
Oddities. Stay strange.
And thanks, Chef Kyle Music Head. Yeah. um, did I say Kyle Music Head?
Yep.
It's Kyle Head Music. I'm so exhausted. It's not
Hey,
even funny.
and it's because of Kyle.
It's because of Kyle and because of his lovely wife. How exciting. They're officially married. I got to stand up in there. Oh, wait. Before I forget, everybody check out our description. All of our social media is linked in there. Our website is linked in there. Our merch shop is linked in there. Patreon, if you'd like to donate to our show and support us, $1 a month gets you access to a bonus video every week. And all the previous ones, too.
Yep.
And some extra goodies when you sign up, depending on what tier you choose. So,
That too.
were you gonna add something else?
No, that was it. Without further
okay.
ado, congratulations!
Yes, congratulations to Kyle and I think I can say her name. Kyle and Alex.
You've
everybody.
said it a million times before.
It's too late. It's too late. You've been said. They got married over the weekend. Well, when this comes out, it'll be a couple of weeks at this point. But I had the privilege of being in the bridal party and being a co-matron of honor, and it was a blast. Had a great time. I am demolished from it. I'm not hungover. I'm just exhausted. And my speech apparently just killed. So
it did.
We'd love
I
to
read
hear
it.
it. Thank you. We love to hear it. I think honestly, I blacked out for most of delivering it. There was a lot of people in that room. Yeah, there was like a lot of people in the room, and I was like, I'm just whatever. And then before I knew it, I was done and sitting down. So
I remember reading yours, like getting up there, and then getting down, and then afterwards, people, that was a really great speech. It was so personal. That was so sweet. You could tell that you love her. You did such a good job. That was like such a wonderful job. And I was like, wow, I did a good job.
People liked mine because I said I hated people, and
so accurate.
Then people came up to me afterward and they were like, I also hate people, and so
they related.
You know, it was tight. So anyway, it was a blast. A most excellent wedding party. Everything was beautiful. It was a wonderful day, but I am tired. I don't want to go back to work. I'm bracing myself for that shitstorm.
I will be
sending
you hugs all day tomorrow.
Thank you. She's gonna need it. So, yeah, that's really it from my side. How's my birthday?
Good. I had a weekend full of, well, it was like really interesting because like my alarm went off at 4:30 on Saturday, and then I realized I don't have to get up to record. Turn off.
Turn off.
Just click. And I went back to bed. It was weird and interesting and
And it probably felt great, be real.
No, it did, because what was then even more peculiar is the children slept in until 9.
Excellent.
It was such a really bizarre day, honestly. It was just weird.
In a good way.
It was weird in a good way. And then yesterday I went to a soccer game, which, was always fun. And they won, which they never win when I go. It's just so fun. It was a lot of fun that actually happened. And yeah, so now we're recording, and I've been looking forward to this all week because, like, just genuinely, it's like my favorite thing. It's how I get to spend time with my bestie, and I love it. So it's my best.
Me too.
So
best.
I am recording with you, and it's everything, and I love it.
The new Taylor Swift album came out.
Yeah.
Albums.
So think that was my favorite Cassie. We talked conspiracy theories, right? But
We
I
did.
think
Conspiracy theories.
I think my favorite text with you this week was regarding we were talking about because we knew that she was going to be doing double things this week, right?
Yes.
We knew it wasn't if it was going to be a double album, if she was going to do an album and a rep release. But then we were talking
Which is
about,
what we
oh
wanted.
my god, what if she drops this album and a fucking poetry book? And we both just equally crapped on the poetry book, and it was a beautiful moment for us.
We were so not here for the poetry book. Like I
It was
so I'm
not
glad it didn't
here.
happen.
Yeah, it was. We were not here for it. And then, what I think was great was so. Unfortunately for Cassie, I live on the West Coast.
True. True.
And double unfortunate for Cassie was that when Taylor releases her albums, it's 9 p.m. for me and it's midnight for Cassie. So
I'm asleep. My ass is not staying up for that.
Yeah, so when she released the album, all of a sudden there was a countdown on her Instagram. So I knew something was coming 2 hours later. So I stayed up till 11 because I was like, I need to know what this countdown is for. I'm not missing it.
Which would have been 2 a.m. my time.
Exactly. So
no.
At 11:07 my time, I texted Cassie in all caps. It's a double fucking album. And at 3:15 my time, I just get OMG. And then 5:12 my time, I go, yeah, happy Friday. I hope the double drop makes you up for a crappy week.
And then it didn't.
And it didn't. Spoiler alert.
And then it didn't because we hate the album.
And then we just talked about the album. But anywho, that's your
Cassie text of the week.
Cassie text. Honestly, I think us crapping on the possibility of a poetry book.
That takes the cake.
Yeah, that takes the cake because you and I had the same feelings about it.
It just...
And if that doesn't speak to our friendship of just how we mutually feel about things.
True.
Constantly.
True.
Nobody knows us. Nobody knows us.
Nobody knows. And I also felt extreme validation in the fact that you also don't like this album. And I'm going to be very transparent. I haven't even listened to the thing all the way through because I can't get through it.
Yeah. Like, I immediately told her I'm disappointed in the album, and she's like, oh, great.
I agree. Here we come. Yeah.
Yeah,
Every song sounds the same, unfortunately.
I already said it. The lyrics are all great. Lyrically, it's phenomenal. Musically, it's terrible.
We need to stop working with Jack Antonoff. Also, I hate his stupid glasses. But you know what I do like is how every once in a while he'll come out of the woodwork on Twitter and roast the shit out of Kanye West and then just leave again.
Yeah, that's great.
So I do like that. But also, he needs to learn some other, music production tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Or, a new, he needs a new inspo, or, I don't know. But I'm very sad that I don't like it. There's, one or two songs that are just starting to grow on me a little. I don't know. I haven't truly loved one of her albums since Reputation. So we're going on 5 albums here now.
Yeah.
Am I ever going to stop loving her?
No.
No. But
you can love an artist and not appreciate stuff that's coming out, and that's fine. And that's what I think I'm getting irritated with the fans is I love everything. Shut up.
It annoys me when she drops something and instantly all the fans are like, this is my favorite album. I feel like they're just saying it because they need to say it, and it's shut the fuck up. You can't always feel that way.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
I agree.
So, well, now that we've roasted the shit out of other Swifties.
And we're getting canceled. Shall we move on?
Let's move on. Here we are. So, I have a listener topic today. It's not super long and it's not crazy heavy. It's a
I
little conspiracy,
oh,
kind of.
I love that. Mine's happy and short. It's a little sad. There is a sad part in it, but it's very interesting and short.
Oh, well, do you want to go first with the short or you want to close with the short? Mine's not, I mean, mine's 6 pages of notes, but the text is big.
Here, go ahead and go fast. Or you go fast. Go ahead and go with the conspiracy, and I'll end with a happy. Because I think it's history. No, it is history. But just I never knew that this could be a thing. So
Should I speak very quickly because you told me to go
no, I
fast?
didn't mean
Should I
to
try
go
to do
fast.
this? Do you want me to do this whole thing like an
It
auction
sounds like this
announcer?
is going to be a fast episode, is what I meant to say, but my words got jumbled.
I gotcha. So I'll do it like an auctioneer.
No, 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 no.
Reap. Okay. All right. No. All right. Okay. So today I'm covering Valiant Thor. This is from
Oh.
listener Marissa. Thank you, listener
Oh,
Marissa.
thank you, listener Marissa.
Much appreciated. Do you want us to call you cousin Marissa? We can. Everybody that writes in, I swear to God, it's becoming like a cult thing. We're walking a fine line.
I had a family member ask me, who's honorary cousin Michael? Did I miss something?
Oh my God, go back and listen. Pretty sure we explain it somewhere.
Yeah.
But so Valiant Thor. Valiant Thor is this whole topic was interesting to me to research, so we'll get into it a little bit. So reports of UFO sightings regularly appear in the media around the world, where aliens, often in the form of actual like unidentified flying objects. But UFO sightings are nothing new. I mean, throughout history, there have been different reports and various means of objects flying through the sky. More specific reports of like flying saucers and extraterrestrials date back to like the 40s and 50s, 1940s and 50s, that is. Got to be clear about which century I'm referring to.
There you go.
But one of the strangest um, accounts of a UFO related incident occurred in 1957. According to a book that came out in 2001, it was called Stranger at the Pentagon. And this is written by Dr. Frank E. Stranges.
Okay.
Uh, According to this book, on March 16th, 1957, a person identifying themselves as Valiant Thor came forward claiming to be a visitor from the planet Venus. And according to Dr. Strange's book, Valiant Thor had several meetings with high-level American officials, including President Dwight Eisenhower. In the book, Stranger at the Pentagon, Stranges reveals Valiant Thor's reason for approaching the American president. Um, the incident as a whole is just one example of a UFO sighting researched by this guy, Dr. Stranges. He's a supposed UFO expert. He is a conspiracy theorist, who started the, quote, National Investigations Committee on UFOs in 1964. I just want to say the 60s were a wild time.
Yes.
So, anyway, here are some details from the very strange story of Valiant Thor, the man who claimed to be from Venus. First of all, to me, it's strange that he goes with Venus because, like, I feel like it's always Mars, or it's always, like, a neighboring galaxy, or, like, it's like Venus seems like, whatever. Anyway, Valiant Thor was said to have landed in Virginia in 1957 and was brought to the Pentagon. So in the opening pages of his book, Dr. Strange shares a report from Harley Andrew Beard, who, or maybe it's Bird, B-Y-R-D, I don't know. Anyway, he's a man claiming to have worked in a high security position at the Pentagon that was involved with Project Blue Book, which was the Air Force's program, supposedly, to investigate UFOs. According to Dr. Strange's, one night in mid-March, Bird's department receives this police report, and it's about an alien visitor that had been like picked up in Virginia. So Dr. Strange's doesn't provide a first-hand account of what this moment might have been like, but the extraterrestrial was reportedly taken directly to the Pentagon without incident. And the alien went by the name, like I said, Valiant Thor, and he described himself as a space emissary. Same. Just saying.
Yeah.
Same.
Same.
Allegedly, then, a secret meeting takes place between President Eisenhower and Vice President Nixon. So, according to Byrd's account, after first meeting with the Undersecretary of Defense at the Pentagon, Valiant Thor, or Vi Thor as Byrd refers to him, is then taken via this underground tunnel to a meeting with Eisenhower and Nixon. And the meeting supposedly lasts an hour. After the meeting, Valiant Thor then reportedly spends the evening in an army receptionist's office at the Pentagon. That bitch, when she got in the next day, must have been like, what the hell? So the alien's hanging out in a receptionist's
Yeah.
office.
This is.
Around this time,
Continue.
yeah, around this time, Byrd claims that Doctor Stranges was brought in to meet Valiant Thor, and he describes Stranges as a private investigator, a minister, and theologian. What a combination of things. Anyway, Valiant Thor's mission was reportedly to warn Earth against using nuclear weapons. So at this point, Byrd doesn't provide a detailed account of what was discussed in the meeting between Eisenhower and Nixon and Valiant Thor, though he does say the discussion covered, quote, the world's problems and offered solutions for them. Valiant Thor warned the U.S. leaders that continuing the Cold War and building up the country's nuclear arsenal would create an economic imbalance around the world. In the book's postscript, Doctor Stranges delivers this apocalyptic warning based on his interpretation of the Book of Joel, claiming that nuclear weapon use is just one type of disaster that signals the coming of the end of times. So, Doctor Stranges, who wrote this book, then claims he met Valiant Thor multiple times over decades. This other guy's account, Byrd, who is supposed to, I guess, serve as this validation of all this. His account claims the Valiant Thor landed on Earth in 1957, met both Eisenhower and Nixon, and then reportedly spent the next 3 years on Earth meeting with various high-level officials around the country. Doctor Stranges claims to have met Valiant Thor during Christmas week in 1959. At this time, Stranges claims he had just returned from meeting Fidel Castro in Cuba, and he was then delivering these scientific lectures and speaking at churches and shit. Why is Stranges why is he delivering scientific lectures? That's my question, but okay. Stranges describes meeting Thor at the Pentagon that winter, and so the meeting begins with Valiant Thor displaying or showing Doctor Strange's this garment that was shimmering and that was described as sunshine made from extraterrestrial material. And then he told Stranges his true reason for coming to Earth was to bring humanity closer to God.
Oh, okay.
So then Dr. Frank Stranges has this unique evangelical message that comes out of all this. So Dr. Frank Stranges wasn't just a self-proclaimed UFO expert and private investigator. He was also an evangelical Christian minister. I don't think he was small. Yeah.
Could have been.
And he could have been, I don't know. Then the different areas of his life overlapped with one another. So decades before he wrote this book, Stranger the Pentagon, and it was published, he founded International Evangelism Crusades, which was a worldwide ministerial association in 1959, which would be the same year that he claimed to have met Valiant Thor. First of all, I don't like that they put the word Crusades in the title for this because not great.
Yeah.
But anyway, in Doctor Strange's account of the meeting with Valiant Thor, the extraterrestrial messenger offers this message that's very in line with Strange's evangelical beliefs, of course. Valiant Thor assures Stranges that the people of Venus see the Judeo-Christian God and Jesus Christ as the primary deities in the whole universe. So, then, Valiant Thor explains the supposed differences between the Venusians, aka those who live on Venus, and us as humans. So during Byrd's account of the Valiant Thor meeting, the alien emissary describes what life is like on Venus. Venusians, according to Valiant Thor, survive the planet's inhospitable climate by living underground. So that's why we can't see anything. Everything's underground.
Yeah.
Valiant Thor claims other planets in the solar system were home to similar civilizations, and Earth is the only planet where most people live above ground. I would argue pretty much everybody lives above ground unless they're in a bunker.
Touche.
Just saying. So, Valiant Thor also promised that one day a large group of Venus dwellers would travel to Earth to, quote, help with the Earth's seemingly insurmountable problems, and that the extraterrestrials from a distant star systems would one day also do the same. Then, there was this UFO convention in New Jersey.
Jersey.
New Jersey! You know they had the best bagels and pizza at this thing because New Jersey.
Yep.
So, anyway, supposedly at this convention, there was photographic evidence of Valiant Thor and his, crew. So, in his account of meeting Valiant Thor in 1959, Dr. Strange's claims that an American intelligence agent named Nancy Warren, that's in quotes, so I guess it's like a code name or like a fake name, whatever. Anyway, approaches him with photographic proof of the extraterrestrials' existence. She shows him photographs of what appears to be an ordinary human man in an Earth-style suit. The photographs were supposedly taken in 1957 when Valiant Thor and 3 of his Venusian companions, known as Don, Jill, and Tanya, attended... It just gets better and better. Okay. Attended this convention of UFO enthusiasts in the backyard of a New Jersey man's home. So that's where the convention was. It was in some New Jerseyans' backyard. Love that. Anyway, Dr. Strange said he viewed the Robert Kennedy assassination in real time aboard a spaceship. So according to Dr. Strange's, Valiant Thor leaves Earth for 3 years after his first visit in 1957. But he periodically returns to our planet for more missions. The morning of June 5th, 1968, the day of the Robert Kennedy assassination in Los Angeles, Strange's claims that Valiant Thor called him and asked him to meet him at the San Diego airport. Once he did, the two then drove to a small town in Sonora, Mexico, called San Felipe. Then they met up with a flying saucer. So they go on the flying saucer. And Valiant Thor relates an earlier meeting with Bobby Kennedy, in which the extraterrestrial advised him not to run for president in 1968. Then Strange's and Valiant Thor watched the Kennedy assassination on a monitor in real time. Strange's claims he was attacked by the Men in Black after all of this. He's like, okay, I had all these interactions with Valiant Thor. They had super long-lasting consequences because, according to Strange's and his recollection of the events, 6 years after the Robert Kennedy assassination in 1974, agents from a shadowy government agency, Strange's calls the Men in Black, ambushed a meeting between Strange's and some Venusian representatives.
I can't.
We're not even done yet.
Oh my God.
He claims he fought off the Men in Black with the help of Valiant Thor's associates.
Okay.
But also used his own martial arts training.
Okay. He wanted
some
credit.
On top of being a UFO expert, private investigator, minister, and apparently having connections with people, at the Pentagon, he's a skilled martial artist. A jack of all trades, if you will.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, here's what's really interesting. There are a lot of parallels that exist between the story of Valiant Thor and the story of The Day the Earth Stood Still. So anyone who's seen the 1951 classic sci-fi film, The Day the Earth Stood Still, has most likely noticed that there are a lot of similarities between the film's plot and everything that Doctor Strange is preaching about, his account with Valiant Thor. In both Strange's story and the film, an alien visitor lands on Earth and demands to be taken to the American president, where they warn against the use of nuclear weapons. Mm-hmm. In the movie, humanity demands the alien, in the movie the alien's name is Klaatu, to prove their technological superiority, and Klaatu responds by turning off the Earth's power supply. In Strange's version, Eisenhower's reaction isn't recorded, but a meeting between Eisenhower and an extraterrestrial, didn't lead to a reduction in the country's arsenal of nuclear weapons. But in a nutshell, that's the story of Valiant Thor. What's also amusing to me is there was also a season of American Horror Story several years back that built off of this. So that's all I
Yeah.
could picture the whole time that I was like researching this.
Yeah.
But
All I've been thinking about is the
that's
Men in Black, though, so there's that too.
yeah, right. So and P.S. Coming soon, an episode on the Men in Black.
Yeah, I was about to say, aren't you? Okay.
I am. Actually, I believe that's what I'm covering next week. Let me double check that I have that right. No, we're gonna have ourselves a little break. I'm covering some other things, and then I'll get to the Men in Black.
Stay
I think
tuned,
because this
kids.
was when I was researching this, and then I started researching the Men in Black. I was like, this is too much shenanigans back to back. We need to break. We need a break. But anyway, that's Valiant Thor. Do I believe this for a second? No. Do I believe Doctor Strange has wanted to make a buck? Yes.
Yes.
Do I believe
I
anything
also,
that comes out of that guy's mouth? No, because his credentials are so whack.
like, for some reason, I have this, like, overwhelming instinct or something that's telling me this dude is schizophrenic.
Schizophrenic, some other kind of
Multiple
issues.
personality of some sort of.
I think it
I
can be
feel like there's something there.
just a real quack. I don't know. I mean, I think there's a handful of possible explanations.
Yeah.
I don't think any of this happened
Yeah.
at
No.
all. I also don't feel like people on Venus would particularly care if we nuked ourselves.
No.
I mean, I just don't think that they'd like expend their resources to come like hang out to talk to the president and be like, "Don't do that." Like you know what I mean?
Maybe,
It
but
just doesn't add up.
yeah.
So this, I mean, it was fun to research. You know, I love me some alien shit always, but
Always.
I think I'm gonna have to say I sit safely on the side of none of this actually happened. Also, because the parallels between that and the movie are very interesting. I haven't seen the movie. That was purely just from what I read on, what I could find online. But um, regardless, I don't buy it. I don't think you do either.
No.
You're like, no, not for a second.
No.
But it was fun. It was fun anyway. So thank you, listener Marissa. Appreciate
Yeah.
you
It
writing
was
with
a
the
very
topic.
interesting
But
topic, but no. It's too
yeah,
much.
my thoughts are there was too much going on. If he had kept it maybe a little simpler, and maybe didn't have 45 different titles for himself and everything else, and seemed a little more credible, maybe I'd be like, oh, maybe conspiracy theory. Ooh, but to me, it's just false. Yeah.
Huh.
So that's Valiant Thor. Also, what a stupid name.
It sounded like something out of a Marvel movie.
All I could think the whole time was about Chris Hemsworth, like the whole time.
And Doctor Strange.
And Doctor Strange. Yeah, so
Well, on that note,
yeah,
I don't even know how to
what's your
segue
short
into
happy?
this. Did you know a dog can be a saint?
I didn't know that, but I am fully subscribed to it and believe that that should be the case. So,
So, yeah,
because dogs are better than people.
talking about Saint Guinefort? 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 Guinefort. I'm
Okay.
butchering that, and I know my cousin who suggested this, who speaks French, is yelling at me right now. I'm sorry, cousin Nathan.
Hi, cousin Nathan. Thank you for this. A saint pupper.
Yes, which he has nicknamed Saint Doggy,
That's better.
which
That's
I
better.
do love this.
I like that.
So there's a little sad moment in this, but it
Oh
does get
no.
better. So
Okay.
just bear with me, guys. Okay, and this is short, so yeah. So the
All right.
story of this saint takes place in the Middle Ages. So, the story of Guinefort, the Greyhound, takes place during the Middle Ages in a region of France near Lyon. One day, a knight and his wife had to leave their castle for a short time, so they left their infant son under the care of their family's greyhound, which is not an abnormal thing in that time.
First of all, I love that it's a greyhound. That's one of my alma mater's mascot.
I grew up with neighbors with greyhounds. They used to rescue them from the racing circuits.
They're sweet
They're the
babies.
sweetest babies. They had jammies because it was too cold at night.
I know they're so shaky and
They're the
skinny and just like
sweetest babies.
little babies,
Yes.
and they're so goofy looking.
Yeah, I
Yes.
love them. Um, One day, a night. So, yeah, they
I
left.
do think it's funny though that everybody for a while there was like, let's just leave our kid with the dog. Like the dog will feed him, the dog will change him. Like what?
The
Like
dogs are trustworthy, obviously.
I mean, I would
Yeah.
probably trust the dogs more than a lot of people, but also like the mechanics of it
Yeah,
questionable.
right. So,
Yeah.
when they returned home, they found the crib knocked over and the child missing, and
Oh
the
no.
dog's mouth covered in blood.
Oh
The
God.
knight assumed the dog had killed the baby, and in a fit of rage, drew his sword and killed Guinefort.
Oh no.
Moments later, the husband and wife discover the baby safe behind the crib and a dead, poisonous viper nearby. That was when that was the blood from the dog and bloody from the dog bites. Uh, Guinevere had risked his own life by attacking the venomous snake in order to protect the child.
All right, if those motherfuckers had just like walked around the cradle,
Yep,
it would have taken 2 seconds, and our precious little baby boy wouldn't have been stabbed. And
yep.
so I'm not happy.
The knight buried the dog and planted trees in his honor, but God avenged the innocent dog's death by destroying the knight's castle.
Yes. Haha! Yes! All right, good. We love a redemption. There it is. All right.
When the local people heard of Guinevert's heroic deed, they sainted the greyhound. It was not uncommon for regions to declare their own saints without consent from the Vatican during early
Fuck
centuries
it.
of the church.
You know what? Fuck the Vatican. What do we? That's
Yep,
fine. There
so
it
they
is.
sainted the doggy.
As they should.
Woot woot.
I love that.
A Roman Catholic authority who was passing through the area discovered the locals had sainted a dog and had a decree passed against it. Anyone seeking help from the saint, um, and despite the ban, risk of fines, the local people remained loyal to their beloved saint. Uh,
They were like, "Fuck you. We're
yeah,
doing it anyway."
and a healing right for they believed that the saint was the protector of children and healing.
Oh, I love
Yes.
that. As it, you know what? That's so fitting. That's so good.
Um, he has a prayer.
Does he?
Yes.
Oh.
Saint Guinevere, O holy dog, slain by master's hand, a martyr made by of this good boy, most brave in all the land. You saved a babe from venom's fate, brought forth by viper's bite. Protect us all, protect us, please, like that small child, throughout the day and night. We vow henceforth to do our best, to never act in haste. For your master struck you down, God laid his home to waste. But vengeance never rights a wrong, past is cave in stone. Yet dogs forgave their master's faults, faultless dogs atone. May humans strive to have pure hearts, so generous and true, thus echoing God's boundless love, exemplified by you. Please guide beloved pets who pass to heaven above, when God's creations are called home to share eternal love. For in each creature's gentle soul dwells part and divine, beaming forth, and those who see a miracles both shine. Both doth shine, not both.
That's so sweet.
Yes.
I love that.
Very, very cool.
That is cool. I fucking hate that dog's master.
Me too.
I mean, just fuck that night, but hooray for the town.
They created a complete shrine, and
Good.
the as they remain loyal to the beloved dog, the woods and binding of the tree just kept growing and growing. It's like, I guess, a really beautiful thing that became.
Oh,
So, yeah.
that's
That's Saint
wonderful.
Doggy.
I love Saint Doggy. Wow. Is there like I want to find some little pictures on. I want to find like
I'll
little,
send you. I'll send you.
Thank you. Oh, thanks, cousin Nathan. This was a fun one.
Yeah. This one was a fun one, and last week's topic was so heavy and ugh, I needed something happy.
Yeah, we went hard last week. Yeah.
Last week was a little hard. Um,
Y-
but yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I've been sitting on it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh.
but yeah, no, and this one's kind of encouraging. I'm wondering how many more saint animals I can find.
Ooh, are we gonna have ourselves a little like series?
I think so, cause like why not?
Oh.
So
Yeah, I love that. Well, I love Saint Doggy. I subscribe to that religion only.
I'm down for it.
Yeah. Love that. Saint Doggy
And
deserves
actually,
it.
this makes me laugh because like my godmother, she's like not religious in any way, shape, or form. She goes, "I belong to the Church of Animals." She's in New Zealand right now visiting her family. I'm gonna send this to her the second she gets back.
She would love it. She
Yeah,
would
I'm
love it.
really excited for this episode to come out for her to listen to because she's like, "I told you I belong to the Church of Animals."
She gets it. Definitely. Well, that was great. Thank you for this. This was a fun episode. This was a little more lighthearted. Good. I think we needed to do that.
Yeah. So
Um, thank you for the topics, listener Marissa and cousin Nathan.
yes, thank you very very much.
Very much appreciated. Also, I'm happy to share we got another couple of listener stories today.
Yes, I saw one of them who wrote in. It's a friend of mine. You know them.
Yes. Would you like to respond to them? Because I've not responded
Yes,
yet.
I
I wanted to
will. I
ask
just
you.
haven't gotten to
Okay.
that.
Okay, cool. Um, so I think we're about due soon for a listeners episode. How exciting.
Very exciting.
Um, okay, so thank you everybody. These were fun topics. Let us know what you think. Do you believe in Valiant Thor? And do you think that Saint Doggy was enough to make up for what happened? I mean, I do love the shrine and the sainthood. I do love the town pretty much telling the Vatican and the Roman Catholic whoever to like shove it up their ass.
I love that they were like, "You can't saint this," and they're like, "Watch us."
They're like, the fuck, we can't. Yeah.
Wanna bet?
Wanna bet? So let us know what you think. And until next time.
Stay strange.